Oh! 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 Megatog, thanks for the 2 fucking years of subscription and wasting your money on this Twitch stream. Oh! Oh! I appreciate the support. We have someone in the beginning asking when is Elf Sister Comic 2 when will it be available? My instinctual response to that is to grab my crotch and be like, I got your chapter 2 right here, bitch. But if I'm not gonna be an asshole, it's I'm on page 21 out of 31. So we're like 60% done. I'm not gonna say 66% because I still have to do like some background in some of the pages that I skipped over, so it's not like every single page behind this is actually finished. Oh god, it takes so much time. Holy fuck. I can't believe I can't even finish like a page a day, honestly. But I can't. My drawing speed is definitely going up though. I think if I was actually drawing 10 hours a day right now and actually going for speed, I could probably finish at least inking a page and a half or 2 pages a day. I can definitely feel my speed and skills improving. It's just that as I improve, I'm also increasing the amount of details and stuff like that as well, so it kind of balances out. The quality improvement is going at the same time as the speed improvement, so all in all it ends up being about the same speed. With every passing stream you sound more and more like yawning. That's because the window is open, guys. My mother keeps on telling me I shouldn't be screaming with the window open because we're on a relatively pedestrian-heavy area. Will there be any Rock and Stone? Not this episode. He's coming back after this episode, but this episode is only elf content. I know this sounds like a horrible dystopia to some, but it's just a lot of elf stuff. So it looks like you've been playing First Descendants according to title? Yes. I was notified by 4chan that First Descendant was really upping the power level of their fan service, so I got back into it. And then the gameplay loop kind of started to hit a good spot in my brain. And I ended up playing probably like 10 hours yesterday and the day before that. I'm not really a big fan of grinding shit, but in this case I'm kind of feeling it. But I've said many times in this stream before that if you actually want to ever get good at art and produce something, you can't have a video game where you're playing for like 3,000 hours, you know? It's like, you're either gonna draw manga for 10,000 hours, or you're gonna play RuneScape for, 10,000 hours. You can't be both. So I'm trying to not go back to it. Is First Descendant actually a good? It just seems like Warframe with less custom silliness. I haven't got to the end game. It has a relatively long story mode campaign, which we all know as gamers is like the tutorial section. So I don't know what the end game grind is going to be like. I've seen some videos of people with their builds, just burning through hard mode bosses like they're nothing, so I do think it has relative similar levels of silliness to Warframe. You also have to give Warframe credit because it, or not credit, but Warframe has like a 10-year start for silliness. Hey, Devil Destiny. Thanks for the sub. Who is this 4chan? Yeah, we're definitely 4chan in here. Please don't post any gamer words. The reason why I started up First Descendant again was their newest character. Yeah, she looks like this. She has a different body model, and her ass is like, I don't know, an extra 25% larger than all the other Korean girls there. And she also has some giga boobage going on. This is Photoshop, but they really don't need to do it. The boobs are there already. They're really sticking out there. I don't know. It's not just the boobs and the large ass. She just has very strong, like, she'd give you an extremely sloppy blowjob even if you ask her to stop kind of energy coming from her. Which made me start playing the game. Why is your mouse that massive? Because I keep on losing where the fucking cursor is, if that's what you're talking. I don't know. I like having a large, differently colored cursor. It makes finding it easy. Anyways, the gameplay is basically just a carbon copy of Destiny, except the more I play it, the more I think that it's a better game than Destiny, to be honest. I played enough of Destiny to get to the endgame grind, and I grinded maybe about, I don't know, 30 extra hours of endgame Destiny. And I think First Descendant, the core gameplay loop, it has more mobility options and character variety and stuff like that. So it feels just like Destiny with, I don't know, 20% more gameplay and a lot of tits and ass. And some male characters as well. And it's free to play, which altogether makes it a better game than Destiny, if you ask me. Good morning. It's finally not 10,000 degrees, so at least that's good. Which one? You mean which one what? Destiny is not a high bar to pass. The last time I played Destiny was when PlayStation gave me one of the free expansions. And I'm trying to remember what it was called. Oh, it was Lightfall. Yeah. And I start playing Lightfall. It's been 2 years or like 5 years since I played Destiny. And the main character that is stuck in your face that gives you fucking quests is this fucking thing. It's a black / Native American, vaguely effeminate man who's wearing an 80s retro style cock cod piece and he flies around on a Silver Surfer style surfboard, and he has like a 90s holy shit man, that's radical cowabunga attitude. And I uninstalled the game. Yeah. That looks AI generated. Alas, it is not. I was just like, Jesus Christ, the West has fallen. Somewhere along the way, Western character designers lost track of what looks nice to look at. It's something that we think is subjective, but it's not as subjective as it actually is. There are things that people find attractive and things that people find unattractive, as we can all learn from Concord right now. They want to make everything gay. I don't even know if it's gay, man. It just feels like a very special brand of liberal Californian artists being inside their own little bubble and being told that this is cool and people like it, and there's nobody there to be like, actually it's not cool and nobody likes it, it's fucking awful. There's nobody to come out and say that, and as a result we're in like this very weird space. I'm bi, I hate this kind of character design, don't blame it on us, LOL. I mean, First Descendant male characters. Just in case you didn't notice, the male characters are kind of hot and fuckable as well. Like, it's not that difficult to make semi-attractive human beings. We've been doing it for a while. If you want your big buff Bada Daddy, they have that as well. If you have your, I don't know, skeezy looking guy with mustache who sets things on fire, they have that as well. Your Pyro Jesus. I mean, I would suck his cock myself, no homo. Don't get the wrong idea. I just, it would only be a heterosexual blowjob, if you know what I mean. For some reason, California has just lost their mind. Speaking of character generator, haven't played Baldur's Gate 3, but it looks like most players spend 95% of their time in dressing up character creator, 4.9% dialogue, 0.1% in gameplay. I mean, I haven't played it yet. I'll get to it as well, I guess. That's just classic CRPG at this point, though. Would suck his cock out of respect. When a man sees another attractive man, it's only polite to suck his cock, just to show you how heterosexual you guys both are, you know? Women will never understand. Women would like to tame that guy. That, or, they have a pretty wide variety of guys, actually. I've gotten to, like, I don't know, the 5th area of the story campaign, and I ran into the, pouty, angry, unhappy Korean fuckboy archetype, and I was like, damn, they're really making sure that the women all have, like, some archetype. They have, like, traditionally attractive Korean guy, traditionally attractive Bada daddies that look more European. They even have, like, a black NPC here or there that kind of looks like, what's his name? The super hot, people's hottest man guy, I forgot his name. Who has that kind of energy. It's just like, you can't really hide people's genetic their feelings of whether they want to have sex with something because it's based on genetics, right? It's like this person's face looks, I don't know, all the eyes and ears are in the right location, and as a result, it makes me want to have children with them. That feeling. Tips fedora and sucks cock respectfully. If you told me like 10 years ago that the last hope for video games would be China and Korea, I'd be like, you must be smoking something. But it really is that way nowadays. Not Japan. I mean, Japan is, it's producing video games, but, I don't like the current anime style, if you know what I mean. Anime trends for character design kind of goes through cycles, and I don't really like the current face design that Japan is using for what they consider to be like a standard anime face. It's a little too young for my tastes, so I haven't really been responding as well. I prefer the Korean plastic surgery look in most cases. It's a difficult balance. I don't want it to be zero anime, but I want there to be like a little bit more realism. We need a new Toriyama for our age. I mean, speaking of Japanese video games, Dragon Quest is fucking donezo now that Toriyama's gone. I don't know if he completed the character designs for 12 before he passed, but either way, 12 is the last like actual Toriyama game we're getting. And the music composer died as well, right? So, yeah. It's not looking great. I don't trust Square Enix. Although Enix has been generally significantly better than the Square part of Square Enix. Hot take, video games sucked before all this garbage too. We had millions of realistic gray-brown shooter. Yeah, but a lot of people actually wanted that. That's the difference. You don't understand. If you were like a 20-year-old in 2010 and Gray-Brown Shooter 5 Return to Gray-Brown Shooter Act 3 got released, you're like, let's go to the GameStop, let's go boys! Line up at the GameStop. It's time for Gray-Brown Shooter number 4! Holy fuck! Oh my god, this is so awesome! I can't wait to, you know, rank up again, do the same grind. Oh, I'm so fucking hyped. Let's go! But I don't think people feel that way about gray-brown shooters or any shooters. I don't necessarily want to go back to gray-brown shooter, but I don't understand why every single video game company has to follow the same trends at the same time. Why can't we have a gray-brown shooter being made by one company and then like have another company make the purple and pink shooter and have another company make the anime big titty shooter and so on and so on? Does scalp massages make elves lose in your setting? Elves are extremely weak. They lose to any kind of anything in my setting. No, she's getting mind fucked. It's not a scalp massage. If we have any people in chat who have a wife or something, try giving them a scalp massage and see if it causes ahegao, like I'm drawing right here. Report back to me. Rest in peace, Brazilian Miku. We'll just have to keep on doing our Brazilian Miku posting without the Brazilians. Also, I guess I seriously have to start considering opening a Blue Sky account or whatever it is that where I have to go. I have to operate multiple accounts going forward, I guess, because Twitter is going to get smaller and smaller, obviously. Is Blue Sky invite only? I forgot how you get into it. Wasn't it like an invite only platform? I can't remember. I have to figure out how I'm going to get into it going forward. Now we have companies following trends that happened years ago, at least for AAA, because AA and Indie already have made free-to-play competition. Yeah. I mean, Concord is a perfect example of this. They're releasing a not free-to-play hero shooter with horrible DEI-approved character designs 10 years after Overwatch or whatever. Before Overwatch went free-to-play. Sign into MySpace. What about Friendster, guys? Check out my GeoCities page. They follow the same trend with shooters because they see one game that does well and ride their coattails. The difference between video games nowadays and video games before was back when I was a kid, you could make a video game in a year. So if people were like, oh my god, Crash Bandicoot is so popular, they could make their fucking awful 3D platformer clone and it would be out by next Christmas and the trend wouldn't be dead by then. But now, if you're taking 6 to 8 years to make a single fucking video game, yeah, you might be a little behind the curve. The only Concord I like are the grapes. I like the Concord that exploded. That was fucking awesome. We should revive the Concord. Wasn't it like super fast? I bet there's Zoomers in chat who don't even know what I'm talking about. So what if it explodes once in a while? It could go like from New York to France in like 2 hours or some shit. No idea what you're talking about, LMAO. I knew there would be like some younger people who don't even know what I'm saying when I'm talking about the Concorde exploding. It also destroyed windows and shit by zooming too fast. Holy based. Technology was so more based when we were kids. They were just like, haha, let's fucking go! And rich people were like, yeah, let's go, I can fly slightly faster, I'm gonna risk my life. Is there video footage of it? I can't remember. It basically crashed in Paris. It didn't like fucking fireball though, right? It didn't go full Hindenburg. I think it just crashed a little bit. Concord? Let's see if I type Concord disaster into YouTube and see whether I get the video game disaster or the plane disaster at the top result. Nope, it's the plane. Despite me being heavily video game oriented. Look at this boy. Let's go! So it didn't just go up and it just erupts into flames. Oh, they just have the disaster footage. I was hoping I got to see it in air.
590, you have flames behind you.
Okay, it's just a reenactment. Yeah, it's a shitty
Plane is
reenactment.
engulfed in flames.
See, this was before everyone had fucking cell phones, so we don't have the awesome footage. If this happened in today, we'd have awesome fucking footage, but the fuel tank basically leaked. I don't know what the problem with the Concorde was, but it was one of the strings of many awesome space and airplane disasters when I was growing up, along with the Challenger. Shit was way more dramatic back then. It wasn't Boeing being like, we need to save $5, so we're gonna install a stupid fucking autopilot that causes our planes to point the nose downward without telling the fucking pilot. It was like, oops, we didn't secure the fucking fuel tank and the entire shuttle is gonna explode. The real OGs remember the Hindenburg. Remember when the Hindenburg was exploding, guys, and like the fucking radio announcer was like, "Oh, the humanity!" That was Kino. I remember. Shit, man. Stuff was so much cooler back in 1903 or whatever. Our aeronautical explosions had so much more soul. The current explosions is just like fucking poser shit. They don't even use hydrogen. It was the only fatal accident for the Concorde. Meanwhile, airlines are still operating 737 MAX 8s. Yeah. I think the difference was, I don't think the Concorde was making as much money as it needed to because it was like a luxury airliner. Whereas the 737 MAX is already widely used, and all these companies that have already bought the plane aren't gonna stop fucking using it because they'll go bankrupt, you know. I was in first grade when the Challenger blew up. Yeah. Remember when we were listening to the radio, and the radio announcer was like, "Fucking Mars is invading." And then we all went outside because we thought that the Martians were coming in, and we brought out our shotguns, preparing to fight the Martians, and it turned out it was all just fiction. It was just a made-up radio program, and we didn't know. That was fucking Kino. They don't make media like they used to. Nowadays, everything feels fake compared to 1895. Ironically, now there is talk to revive Concorde-class plane for the 1% who can afford it and make it profitable. I mean, we have way more billionaires now that we had in, like, the 80s or 90s or whenever Concorde was at its peak, so it's probably not a bad idea. It says a lot about our society, hashtag we live in a society, that companies aren't properly taxing the ultra wealthy anymore so that they can afford flying around in their super giga fast planes. On the other hand, a lot of them already have their own private jets, so it doesn't really bother them as much because they can, you know, just chill on their own private jet and get their dick sucked by the stewardess instead of flying business class in a plane that's gonna fucking explode. Imagine not having $1 gazillion shaking my head. Yeah. Shake my head, my head. Imagine if Tay-Tay could jet in sonic speeds. She would be even more powerful. Don't suggest it. Tay-Tay is already like a few steps away from destroying the Earth with her combined power of being a best-selling pop artist. I wonder what Travis Kelce's relationship with Tay-Tay is like. I imagine every day he has to wake up and kowtow before her like she's an ancient Chinese emperor. And if he's been a good boy, he's allowed to, you know, take off his cuck cage or whatever. That's sort of how I imagine the relationship goes. It goes Tay-Tay, Tay-Tay's cat, Tay-Tay's combined help of 20 maids, and then Travis Kelce. She is on tour now. Yeah, neither of them are around, so they probably don't actually associate with each other at all. It's probably just like a fake fucking relationship, like half of these celebrity relationships are anyways. She's the sole reason we didn't get a very high quality Deadpool adaptation, because they made a Tay-Tay episode, obviously taking the piss out of her. I miss the days where you can get on a plane and get your dick sucked respectfully. Yeah, you have to be rich enough to have your own plane nowadays. You can't just go on Pan Am and light your cigarette and order your whiskey and then also ask the sharply dressed stewardess to suck your dick. It was a different time, guys. Everybody was allowed to light up and give themselves and everybody else in the cabin lung cancer. Maybe you should draw a comic and send it to Travis and ask if it's true. If he sues you or sends you cease and desist, then it's canon. The truth is, I don't give a single fuck about Taylor Swift or Travis Kelce. I struggle every year to try and care about the National Football League because it comes in at a time when NBA is done, so there's no sports to watch for me. And there's really nothing to listen to in terms of podcasts, so I sort of psyop myself into thinking that I care about the NFL. But I truly don't give a fuck about the NFL at this point in my life. There's just too many fucking commercial breaks. I just can't deal with the pace at which the game goes. It's just like, oh, here we go. Someone scored a touchdown. Commercial. Extra point. Commercial. Kickoff. Commercial. Watching sports. Keck W. I don't even watch them. I just follow them vaguely. Just sort of follow them. I need something to listen to when I'm jogging, so I listen to like sports media and podcasts. Also, I enjoy Schadenfreude. So, you don't always get the Schadenfreude in real life normally. Every once in a while you get good content like the Ocean Gate Explorer getting imploded with his own silly submersible, but that doesn't happen every day, so... With sports, you have multiple occasions of Schadenfreude per year during every single season, because there's always like one team whose fan base is extremely optimistic about that this is the year in which the New York Jets make it out of the first round or something, and without fail they're going to be extremely disappointed, so... There's always some opportunity to revel in other people's misery. That's my number one appeal of sports. This is the year copium. Who's the biggest example of Schadenfreude candidates in the Premier League? Because I don't watch any soccer, kickball, and I need to be on top of this stuff when I make fun of British people and their soccer fandoms. I used to say Arsenal, but I haven't been paying attention. Is it still Arsenal? But didn't Arsenal win something recently? It's kind of harder to find like the ultimate levels of loser in the Premier League because they have like the different cups and stuff. So even if they don't necessarily win the league, sometimes they'll do good in like, you know, the Champions League or some shit. You mean European football? Yes. Saudi oil ball, as we like to call it. Arsenal has long been the whipping boy, but Manchester is good one as well. I thought Man U was really good. Or do they just have a massive budget and they're still shit? Atlanta Falcon in the Super Bowl versus Patriots a few years ago was copium. I wasn't really able to enjoy that because it was a little too extreme. It would be like if you wanted to watch the bully get his ass finally handed to you, but instead he got, like, abducted by a Mexican drug cartel, and then you saw the snuff film of him being tortured for, like, 30 hours, and you're like, huh, this isn't as satisfying as I thought it would be. Also, the person who was winning was the fucking Patriots, so that's not really a happy ending to anyone. What we wanted was the opposite to happen, was for Tom Brady and Bill Belichick to be up by 40 points, and then for them to lose from there. Now that would be some real schadenfreude. I guess we got the two Giants Super Bowls, so we can't ask for too much, but yeah, nobody's gonna watch the Patriots win another fucking Super Bowl and be like, haha, Falcons. It's just like, god damn it, you know. Here it goes again. Did you see the Dragon's Dogma guy left Capcom? Yeah, it was said that he was gonna leave anyways, though. I'm not surprised. Eat snow. It does make you wonder if he was getting old, so he probably wanted to retire from the company, but it does make you wonder if he was getting sick of Capcom's bullshit when they clearly forced him to release the game in an unfinished state for the second time, you know? I understand that budgets are important and stuff, but, you know, it's a fucking open world fantasy game. You know it's going to be expensive. You can't just, like, ship it out in that current state, especially when there's stuff like Elden Ring. It ended up being a huge disappointment, and I will not forgive Capcom for it. And in order to get back at Capcom, I will only buy the normal edition of Monster Hunter 6 and not buy any of the extra hairstyles and stuff. That will show them. Unfortunately, that's just like standard Capcom. You kind of have to expect this kind of skeeziness from that company because they've always been that way. It's not like a lot of the Western game development where it's like shit has gotten bad recently. Capcom has always been like that, and they keep on producing really good video games. Like, they always have like the best art department and the best developers and the best directors and stuff, and then they always have like these fucking awful top level corporate decisions that are extremely shitty. That's like, hey, let's release Street Fighter for like the 5th time and force people to buy the newest edition and stuff like that. I mean, that's just classic Capcom. Imagine paying for games KEKW. This is the life of a console gamer, PC pirates. If you don't know how to pirate shit, and I don't think I'm gonna start now, so. Besides, despite everything, I still enjoy Capcom games, and I don't really mind supporting them financially. See, my time is worth so much that instead of, like, video games are so time-consuming that whatever lost work time happens with me playing the video game, that is so much more impactful than whatever price I pay for the game. So being like, oh, I'm not really that interested in this game, I don't feel like supporting the company, I'm just gonna pirate and play it, is kind of just like an extra step that I don't really need to take, you know? I'm also technically inept, so I probably couldn't pirate even if I wanted to. Alright, I have to go take a piss. I drank a bunch of water, so be right back in 1 minute. You should hire somebody to play video games for you while you work. Yeah, I should also hire someone to look at porn and masturbate instead of me, so I don't feel so horny. I'm sure that will work. Oh, gotta pee. Oh. Ah. Ah. Sounded like you tore the door out of the frame. I am known for my stupid gorilla strength, in which I destroy everything that I touch. Ugh. Ask what happened to my PlayStation 5 controller. You know, real old heads, the real deep ball stands out there know earlier streams in which I had a constantly squeaky door, and every time I would open the door it'd go and one day I got sick and tired of that shit, so I put some oil in the joints and it made it completely silent, and everybody had to mourn the death of my door. That's some real OG storylines right there. First Descendant? Yes. I am playing First Descendant. I kind of recommend it, honestly, for people who want a free-to-play Korean grinder with tits and ass. It has much better gameplay than I thought it would have. Baldy, do you like dick girl hentai? I don't know if you're talking to me, but I fucking hate dick girl hentai. Women don't have penises, okay? Women look just fine without a giant veiny monster horse cock attached to them. I prefer women without a penis. Why do you hate it? Because I want to stick my penis inside a female vagina. In that case, the female penis being there offers no benefit to me. It is an extra object that gets in the way. I'm already playing Nikkei. Should I try the First Descendant? I mean, it's just as grindy as Destiny or Warframe, so if you just can't get enough of grinding, then maybe, but I assume that you have other things you need to do in your life, so if you have, like, one grinder, then do you really need another grinder? For me, the First Descendant is in, like, a completely different category than something like Nikkei, because one is a cell phone game and the other is, like, you know, a controller/mouse game, so I can hear the plaps. Feels good, man. My fan is fucking up. What the fuck? What is going on? Why is it cackling? Stupid bitch. I punched it and it stopped. Oh, I see what was going on. One of the hooks that keeps it the cover in place came off and it was rattling around inside the frame or something. I don't know. Ugh. I can't wait for winter. I'm fucking sick of having to have a fan blasting my body. Ugh. One sow from Brazil. Twitter is dead. Feels good, man. Brazil is first. Europe will follow. I guess I have to find someplace else to post my shit. If you're an actual Brazilian who doesn't have access to my posts, go to eHentai. eHentai has somebody who is archiving all my shit, so everything should show up there eventually. Although I haven't really been posting anything because I've just been working on the manga, of course. You fix stuff by hitting it, your age is showing. It worked though, didn't it? You can't argue with my success. Brazil is based. I mean, Brazil is based and also Elon is being retarded as usual. I hentai, okay, it's e hentai. E hentai. Basically the biggest, most reliable image website. It's Sad Panda without the Sad Panda. You only need the Sad Panda component of e hentai if you want to look at lowly stuff, which obviously my shit isn't, so... If you just look for BaalBud in e-hentai, there's someone who has compiled all my shit, so you can see that stuff there. It's probably the easiest way to look at my old stuff in chronological order. Sorry, E sounds like I in Brazil. I'm just shocked that someone who shows up in my stream doesn't know e-hentai just by me talking about it. I always forget that not everybody looks at porn for like 30 hours a day like I do. It's like, what do you mean you're not familiar with every single major porn site? Elon wouldn't be the smartest man in the room if he'd be the only person left on Earth. It does be like that sometimes. I mean, it's not really that he's stupid, although he's not exactly smart, but it's just that he's a petulant child, and he can afford to be a petulant child. Average Zoomer new Taku fan versus Boomer e-hentai enjoyer. I don't see any reason to move on from e-hentai. It has the most content and it has a lot of safe for work stuff. I often go onto e-hentai to browse like art books and stuff as well, so... Whenever I want like some sort of easy access to pirated images of anything on the internet, I just go to e-hentai. My doujin collection. Not that I would ever pirate anything Twitch-san. That's illegal. They don't have a good download system though. I've noticed that when I actually download stuff quickly, I don't actually look at all the images. So I don't have any problem with just going through every single page and just dragging each of the files into a folder. Because that forces me to actually look at the entire book, you know? I feel like just having easy torrents and stuff is... You're just asking yourself to not engage with the material. We shouldn't make stuff easier for people. We should make it more difficult. Downloading all of One Piece from e-hentai? Yeah, they don't have that, of course. But they do have a lot of, I don't know, Zoro, Sanji, male, gay, homo doujins, so that's almost as good. Unlike actual One Piece, the e-hentai doujin of Zoro fucking Sanji actually has some sort of resolution, and you don't have to wait another 10 years for it to conclude, so... How about One Piece cock edits? The One Piece cock edits never really hit home with me. I know that they exist, but I haven't really gone out of my way to see more of them. I know that sounds very strange coming from me, but you know how it is. Sometimes you don't want to look at Frankie's gigantic, mechanically adjusted, modified cyborg cock, you know? Not every day. Only once or twice per week, you know? Do you think Mihawk's cock is bigger than Zoro's? No, I'm gonna actually say that Mihawk's cock is smaller than Zoro's. He's just more skilled at using it. It's probably harder than Zoro. He has stronger erection strength than Zoro. Zoro has BDE. What about Chopper's cock, though? I bet it's humongous. Hold on, I have to Google reindeer penis right now. Reindeer penis. Deer penis royalty-free images, stock photos. I don't think it's, no, I don't think it's gonna be huge, honestly. It looks pretty small. Deer penis, everything you need to know. Oh, it's just Chinese medicine. It's not like actual special deer penis. It looks about human-sized, honestly. I'm gonna go with, unless Chopper has created some kind of special drug that changes his penis shape, which is very possible considering he does that stuff. I'm gonna go with Frankie having the largest penis in the One Piece. The Straw Hats team, just based on the assumption that he's modified his cock size. It probably has massive ribs and stuff like that. It's full of like bumps and ribs and stuff. It probably secretes a kind of aphrodisiac drug. It's self-lubricating. Chopper can morph his entire body like Luffy. Well, I mean, I guess if you're talking with body modifications, Luffy could have the biggest penis easily, right? He could just expand Dong as his special ability, but Luffy probably doesn't know what his penis is for besides peeing, and he probably thinks his penis is like a funny object. That pee comes out of. He's like on level with Goku. His penis was used once when Hancock raped him, but besides that, he doesn't know what's going on. I applied hockey to my cock. I agree with the internet when they say that One Piece lost all of its mojo when Oda started applying hockey to people's cocks. One Piece was way better back in the day when the cock battles were about Luffy overcoming the powers of elemental cocks using his normal rubber cock. But with the invention of hockey, now Luffy just has to have a stronger cock hockey. It's made cock battles so much less interesting. Rumble Ball Cock Point. You joke, but this is exactly what JoJo arguments sound like? Nah, it's more like what One Piece arguments sound like. There's so many One Piece readers or ex-fans or something that I've seen complaining about hockey and shit like that. JoJo fans, unless they're like extremely mentally deranged, usually have come to terms with the fact that JoJo is just ass pulls, because it's been ass pulls for, I don't know, 99% of its runtime. When's the last time you read a JoJo fight and you're like, ah, yes, of course. It makes total sense. Thank you, Araki. What a well thought out fight right there. Part 2 was better, stands or dumb. I mean, yeah. There's definitely that part, but that's just arguing about different flavors of ridiculousness. Whether it's your magic Hamon energy, or your magic vampire man, or your magic ghost person standing behind you. Mobius strip. It makes total sense, guys. The part of the Mobius strip that doesn't make sense isn't the Mobius strip part. It's the fact that he's like, when I punch you, the gravity causes you to go inside out, and I'm like, what? Is that how gravity works, Araki? Wait, why am I thinking about this? This is silly. Give us the Arby's roast beef Killer Queen example again, please. Are you talking about the time when I talked for 30 minutes about if I was going to McDonald's and I wanted to order McDonald's breakfast and I activated King Crimson? Would I be able to bypass the part where the McDonald's employee told me that breakfast had already ended and get to the part where I get to order breakfast and it gets into my mouth? A lot of people explain to me that that's not how it works. King Crimson makes total sense, guys. Purple haze so overpowered it was used once and then ridden out? Yes. Wasn't it just like neurotoxin gas, though? Does anyone remember what Purple Haze actually does? He had like a gigantic guy with like plague pustules on his hands, and if he punched you, you would die from like neurotoxin, flesh-eating virus. How about this? If they know what's his name's stand, and if he betrayed the party like what was planned in the beginning, what happens if you just have Narancha fly Aerosmith at him from like a mile away and just assassinate him with his fucking toy plane? What about that? And then it might go, you know, Wuhan COVID-19 in the area, even if the guy dies, but I mean, couldn't they? I don't think it's as unbeatable as you might think it is. I think the number one reason why he was ridden out was because it was too depressing for them to have a betrayal arc. I don't know. I kind of like the plot that we got because it's so shonen for them to be like, hey guys, we're all gonna fucking die, but I want you to come with us. And I'm glad there was at least one guy who was like, nah, that's kind of fucking stupid. It's not like One Piece where everybody survives everything. A good 40 to 50% of your party is going to be dead by the end of the arc, so the people who are like, nah, that's a bad idea, let's not betray the boss, I think are on the right side of history. Bad matchup there. I mean, you can also have Sex Pistols. Can't they just like kick a bullet back and forth and expand the like assassination range of the pistol bullet by like a mile if they wanted to? Couldn't what's his name? I'm forgetting his name. Just like assassinate you from across the town. Only 3 of the gang survived Part 5, and Polnareff, who is trapped inside a turtle. I remember there was a recent Araki art piece where he included the most powerful stands in order, and it was like 5 of the most random ass stands. I mean, that's typical Araki, right? He's definitely not thinking about this shit at all. It feels good to think that for every hour that JoJo fans think about stand abilities, Araki spends 0 seconds thinking about stand abilities. He literally spends no time thinking about stand abilities at all. So instead he's thinking about what classic rock album he wants to listen to while he's going to be drawing this page. So yeah, he doesn't give a single fuck, guys. Oh, that's right. His name is Mista. Mista! The reason why I get mixed up with talking about JoJo names in English is because I think of them in katakana, and then I don't know how you people say that shit in English, right? Doppio. Giga Chat Araki. Araki doesn't care. He just wants to listen to Guns N' Roses while he draws his extremely successful manga. Araki is living proof that as long as you have good style, substance does not matter at all. Same thing for Bleach. It's nice if your fights make some amount of sense, but it really doesn't matter. What matters is shit is cool. If shit isn't cool, then there's no point. Style is always more important than substance. That's the truth. Fuck backgrounds, all my homies live in White Void. You know, when I look at Bleach panels nowadays, I think the White Void might be a little exaggerated. There's very small amounts of background here and there. I think it's just because I've become more sensitive to backgrounds because I have to draw them now, and I'm like, even a small amount of background drawing it fucking sucks. So I'm like, hey look, Kubo drew like a tiny part of a wall right there. That counts as a background, right? How many chapters have you drawn by now of this manga of yours? 1. This is chapter 2. Yes, it's going very slowly, guys. Although the first chapter was like 37 pages and the second chapter is 31 pages, but we are not going at weekly mangaka pace. You're not getting 16 pages a week, that is for sure. Welcome to the real world in which I don't want to work 10 hours a day. In fact, I don't even want to work 8 hours a day. I probably draw like about 40 hours a week, but that's like 30 hours less than professional mangaka, and then they have like 8 assistants to help them. So yeah, I think it's going slowly. Will you leave Hystrixia notes to finish it once you pass? No. I will just leave it as it is, and people will be like, this could have been the greatest manga of all time if he didn't die from cooming too much. If only there was someone to stop him from his 12-hour goon session, we would have been able to enjoy the fruits of his labor, but alas, you know. You are not going to die and let your manga get stuck in limbo like Miura, right? No, but that doesn't mean my manga won't get stuck in limbo. There's a lot of other ways in which the manga can get stuck in limbo. Like, the most common situation is that the readers lose interest, not the author. See, all of you guys always lionize the great authors who just die and they don't give you their completed manga. But most incomplete mangas are incomplete because, you know, only 10 readers out of the 100,000 that are reading it actually wanted it to continue. So the author was like, fuck, well, I guess we're just going to end it now. That's what usually happens, right? It just gets canceled. Hunter x Hunter bros, yeah. I mean, talking about style over substance, if you actually want a manga that has really good substance-based fights, it has to be Hunter x Hunter, right? I mean, you look at... I keep on thinking about Greed Island and how fucking Togashi, he made like what? He made up like 200 pages worth of card spells for Greed Island and thought about how these spells would interact with each other. And then he actually used them to set up like a fight at the end that uses all the Greed Island functions and stuff like that. Nobody else does that shit. Hunter x Hunter is a good chunk more text and drawings, and that's sort of the problem, right? Is that he went too far into the substance. He started caring too much about the mechanics of fights and shit instead of, like, what's cool or not. I mean, the biggest problem is that he fucked up his back, and also he doesn't want to draw it anymore. That's the biggest problem. Didn't Bastard stay unfinished? I mean, yes, but if you read the later volumes of Bastard, it's like about the apocalypse and Satan escaping the gigantic black hole in the center of the universe for the final battle between good and evil and stuff like that, and you're like, there's no way this shit is gonna finish. Meanwhile, what's actually happening in the manga is Dark Snyder, you know, fucking Gabriel or whatever. It's just like panty snatching and clit licking and stuff like that, so it's the duality of man and mangaka in general. A part of you as a mangaka wants to write the massive collision between good and evil and space fights between Satan and God and stuff like that. But the actual thing you actually want to draw is just titties and big titty bitches wearing thongs. It do be like that. Vagabond Aware. Vagabond is never gonna end or never gonna be completed because Inoue has the ability to complete shit, unlike, I don't know, Togashi and probably the motivation, but he's completely written himself into a corner because he started getting into like concepts like the meaning of life and stuff. Who the fuck is ever gonna finish their manga when they have to start addressing stuff like the meaning of life and shit? It's fucking over, guys. Vagabond is never gonna get completed. Just give up. Bro got too deep into the black pill. I mean, he just started thinking about philosophical shit, which is always a problem. Get Backers finished with a kind of meh ending. Get Backers was a meh manga to begin with. Get Backers was never good. Most of Shonen magazine-based manga aren't actually good. There's a reason why Shonen Jump is king. I think people will be unhappy with One Piece's ending. I'm not willing to doubt Oda until I actually see a reason to doubt him. That's how much I trust him. I mean, I'm already unhappy with One Piece as it is, so I'm not willing to speculate about how I'll be unhappy about the ending. There will be a two-piece sequel. I doubt it. I think Oda will be completely spent by the time he's done with One Piece. Or if he makes something after One Piece, people will be like, this isn't very good. It's hard to live up to the hype after like 30 years. Yeah. I'm trying to think of manga that actually went on for a really long time and had like really good endings. Even if it's not as long as One Piece, because nothing has continued the same story as long as One Piece. And I can't really think of anything off the top of my head. Full Metal Alchemist, that wasn't that long. Dragon Ball, I don't know, never read it, Jesus Christ. Claymore, I have not finished Claymore. I kind of got sick of Claymore. I liked his previous series, but not Claymore that much. I feel like Claymore is too serious, and I don't like the direction in which his artwork was going, although it was already weird when he started it, but, you know. Sazai-san is trapped in the never-ending story mode. Death Note? Who the fuck thinks Death Note's ending is satisfying? I've never heard anybody say that. Everybody talks about how fucking mid Death Note Part 2 is compared to Death Note Part 1. Nobody's ever like... Literally nobody has said, you know what I like? I like Death Note Part 2 more than Death Note Part 1. Nobody has ever fucking said that. Soul Eater? I have not finished Soul Eater, or actually read any Soul Eater, now that I think about it. Even though I've been asked to draw content for it. Oh, you know what I really liked? Hoshin Engi. Does anybody know Hoshin Engi? I like the Hoshin Engi ending. Hoshin Engi was a kind of mid, not particularly popular manga even at the time, but it actually went to the end. You mentioned Hoshin last stream. Not last stream, but I think about it a lot. Because I think it was always a slept-on manga. If those of you who don't know. It has an extremely distinct art style that takes a lot of getting used to. But what I like about it is that the main antagonist is Daki, a famous Chinese empress who was famous for destroying the empire because she was a stupid evil slut bitch. And the thing about Hoshin Engi is in the end she wins. Or she doesn't exactly win. She realizes that being an evil slut wasn't as rewarding as it was. So she goes like full goddess mode and becomes one with the planet. And she gets away with doing a lot of horrible stuff. And I was just like, bravo, Fujisaki Ryu. We got an evil slut winning ending. This feels great. Tamamo? I think Tamamo no Mae is based off of her. I can't remember if they're the same person. I mean, in history we've had multiple situations in which we've had evil sluts control the emperor, and it's always awesome, so... Although, I think it's only like... How many volumes is it? Is it only 18 volumes? Jesus Christ, I thought it was like twice that. How many volumes was it? Yeah, it's 23 tankobon volumes. That really says a lot, that I think that it feels like it's a long story when it's only 23. I have a theory about manga, and it's that pretty much any individual storyline that you want to tell, if you want to keep it fresh, you can't go over like 40 or 50 volumes. It has to be, you should end around like 35. And when you're getting into the 40 range, you're already in the danger zone. I mean, can you think of a manga that continued the same storyline instead of getting into different parts that went over like 40 volumes, in which like volume 45 was felt as fresh and like crisp in terms of the plot as volume, 15 or so? Because I can't. Like, there's a reason why stuff that is critically acclaimed that's really long, like JoJo, is like part 4, part 5, and it has like a different characters and different... Because like you can't keep the same story arc going for that long. The story is moving too slowly if you're dragging it out like that. It's just not good pacing. So like with life, yes. So Berserk. Berserk was getting there, 40, right? When Miura died. $42. So yeah, and then it was starting to get into their, I don't know, I wouldn't say it's final. It's impossible to talk about Berserk because we don't know what it was going to be like. BB confirmed JoJo fan? Not really. There's some parts of JoJo that I like and other parts of JoJo that I'm not as high on. $218, $219 is what I want. Yeah. Oh God, One Piece is at volume 102, 109. The fact that it's been going for so long and it isn't even worse actually says a lot about how good Oda is at long-term plot progression and stuff like that. Because Kochikame, the policeman comedy manga that nobody in the West actually reads and knows about, but is famous in Japan for going on forever, and was in like full exploratory sitcom mode. That went on for like almost 200 volumes, I think. I can't remember. It went on forever, and by the time I started reading it, I found it like just completely boring. I just didn't think it was interesting at all. But because it was going on for so long, it just got to be in Shonen Jump without ever getting canceled. Is Detective Conan still running? Yes. Detective Conan has officially entered the too large to fail status that manga enter, in which the publisher won't allow the artist to just end the main story. It just has to keep on going on in perpetuity because it makes too much money. It's like Kureon Shinchan or Sazae-san or Doraemon. Although Doraemon ended and so did Kureon Shinchan. Kureon Shinchan ended because the author liked going hiking and he fell off a cliff, so that can always happen to all of us. Don't go hiking, guys. It's a bad idea. You don't need to go to the mountain, dude. Detective Conan is long as fucking plot-wise, it's only maybe halfway. That's because they have an ongoing plot line in which, oh my god, the black organization, whatever they call it in English, bruh, why did it have to be black, bruh? The organization of black people who wear black, who have alcohol-themed names. You have like one story every 10 volumes in which they actually are somehow involved in the main plot, and then you get like 10 episodes of a perfect murder case where Conan goes to the local hot spring and shockingly someone gets killed for the 10 millionth time and everyone's like, what? I can't believe he's been killed! Oh! How could this happen? And then it turns out that the murderer used a clever trick to close the door using fishing lure and cellophane tape. And he created a completely impossible crime scene. And Conan shoots another anesthetic needle into the old guy's neck. Once again and again. The hint is always a Japanese pun, kek-w, and the murder motive is always like the guy who got killed was a horrible person who was a serial rapist, money laundering creep, And he was really bad, so I had to kill him for revenge reasons. So you don't have to feel bad. You're like, oh, thank God, it was a bad person who got murdered. But we're still gonna have to murder you or arrest you, murderer lady. And she's like, yes, I was wrong. I shouldn't have murdered him. I guess what goes around comes around. And Conan is like, well, we did that again. Now let's enjoy the rest of our vacation. And everyone just enjoys the rest of their vacation because murders happen literally every day in their life. We still have to arrest you and you'll have to be murdered by the system off-screen, Kek W. It doesn't matter. Everybody, there are characters in Conan who appear once and characters in Conan who appear multiple times. And those two classes of people never merge. The reoccurring characters are a different type of people than the people who just commit a murder and then they're gone. Ah, yes, the glorious Japanese justice system. You know what? I think the Western countries, there's a lot of dabbing on Japanese justice system, but I don't think it's that bad, honestly. People are like, no, Japanese prosecutors have 100% conviction rate. But that's just because they don't take up cases, because they absolutely don't want to lose. Sonoko is best girl. Yeah, I like the Sonoko character arc in which she's a hot, young Japanese high school girl that is set to inherit $1 billion and she can never ever find a guy to date her. And when there's like a guy who seems interested in her, Conan is like, no, something is wrong. Why could this guy be interested in Sonoko? It doesn't make any sense. But now she's married or engaged to like Giga Karate Man, so... USA is more efficient, we just shoot them? Wrong. We actually have an even more efficient system in which we have a for-profit prisons and a bail bond system in which the more people we arrest, the prison and then like the system makes more profit, so it's not like Japan. That elf is very pretty, BaalKun. Elf is having a retrospective moment. The goal of this chapter is to make everybody fall in love with the elf. The key to every rom-com is for your readers to be just as invested in the girls. In both girls. And have them want both girls win. That's the key to every rom-com. You already failed. Well, I'm sorry, but I can't take responsibility for your homosexuality. But don't worry, there's sexy male dwarfs in this manga as well. Prisoners are just workforce in America. They then do jobs like firefighting, which they legally can't pursue afterwards with a criminal record. Yeah, that's the truly funny part. Is they're like, after you get out of prison, society's like, haha, you can't have a job anymore. Surely this will not cause you to go back and start dealing drugs again after you got arrested for dealing drugs if we bar you from gaining any kind of work experience or voting or whatever. "4chan has made me much more racist to black people in general, but I still haven't changed my opinion that the system is built for people to fail, black or otherwise. I still stand by that liberal policy point. I definitely do think the system is built for criminals to fail and continue to be criminals. It's the same case with known sex offenders, yeah. I mean, part of it is just the election system, right? Because as soon as you're like, we need to make life better for this guy who got arrested for child pornography, you're immediately going to have 10 million ads run against you being like, BaalBud, when he was in office, he let this one guy out of prison, and the guy went to rape 5,000 children the next day. Do you want this man to be your mayor? Like, that's basically what happens, so... There's no one is ever going to be like, no, wait, we have to stand up for the rights of sex offenders, so... Do you just admit for racism against black people? Yes. I've found that I'm becoming more and more racist. I think it's just part of getting older. I think the longer you're out of college, the more the college liberal arts education starts to wear off and you just start to become racist. Papa John BB moment? No, the actual racist will always say I'm not racist and I have lots of black friends, which I'm saying the opposite. I'm racist and I have no black friends. I also have no friends in general. So there's always that. Are you still casual racist or are you moving on to competitive racism? The competitive racism market has kind of been decimated. Now everyone's a casual racist. I thought you hated everyone equally. Yes, especially if they're around me. By that standard, I haven't had many black people try and talk to me recently, so I don't think I hate black people as much as white people. White people are the ones who, when I'm jogging, are like, you can do it, let's go! The black people in my area are pretty cool. For example, I went to McDonald's the other day, and because it's McDonald's, of course, there's like a black teenager working, and they have to bring you the food in this McDonald's, which I don't understand why they're doing waiting service, considering it's a McDonald's. I liked it more when they just brought it out to the counter and would yell your number, cafeteria style. But this black teenager didn't say a single word to me. He just kind of walked up with my food and just sort of looked at me like, is this your food? And I took it. And I was like, this guy has zero motivation to do any kind of customer service. I like him so much more than like the cheerful waitress who's like, here's your food, hon, and tries to talk to me. The black teenager shares my hatred for working a minimum wage job, and I respect him for it. No talking that's truly perfect. I fucking hate talking to people. We're both here to make a business interaction. He gives me the food and I take the food and eat it. No words need to be exchanged. I don't want a fucking cheerful conversation. I am disappointed that my hentai artist is living a healthy lifestyle by jogging instead of staying at home gooning at fresh hentai from eHentai. I mean, I am doing both. Actually, I'm doing neither because it's too hot. It's both too hot to jog and too hot to goon, unfortunately. I have a very high temperature body and I sweat very easily, so as soon as I try and masturbate in this type of weather, my body is just immediately covered in oil and sweat, and it's so uncomfortable I can't focus on the tits, and I can't ejaculate anymore. It's a real tragedy. Finally it's getting cool, but the past, the past few months. It's gonna feel so much better when I can jack off in peace without my body turning into a sweaty mess. It fucking sucks. I have a fan, yes. The fan doesn't do much. There's air conditioning as well, but it's not enough. I want it to be cold. Cold, cold, cold. Imagine being able to jog. God, I miss being able to. Damn hernia. Can't you do like other kind of exercise like swimming or something? I feel like swimming is the exercise that everybody has to go to when they've fucked up their body so badly that any kind of movement will cause like their intestines to spill out or whatever. For real, talking to people is lame. We should already be able to communicate with people via telepathy. No, that would be awful. What would happen if there was a furry nearby? You'd feel the stray thoughts of his persona come into your mind. Swimming is the default physical therapy activity? Yeah. It's like the one exercise that you can do like really high intensity calorie burning exercise that you're not gonna like tear any ligaments or anything under any circumstance, so... Ice can. I swim in the nearby lake. Hate to have to wear a swimming cap in pools. I mean, the chlorine in pools can fuck up your skin. That's kind of the drawback from swimming. I was on the swim team during my teenage years, so I was in the pool like 2 or 3 hours a day every day. And I think I had like really bad acne and stuff, and I can't tell if it's because I'm just like an oily person to begin with, or if it was because the chlorine fucked up my skin. It would be interesting if I could just run an experiment with my own body and go back in time and see if that was what caused it or not. If you can swim in the lake, it's probably better, but remember, there's always the possibility that an alligator will come from Florida and be living in the lake when you least expect it, and then it will fucking kill you. There's always that possibility. Also, brain-eating amoebas. Brain-eating amoebas, so this chat is safe then? Despite the memeing, I don't think this chat is stupid enough. If we actually had like a bell curve of where this chat's IQ was compared to other Twitch streams, it'd probably be pretty high, sadly. Considering like half of you are Europeans and you can probably speak like English and then like your native language, from what I've learned. So that alone says that there's relatively high IQ. Obviously the lowest IQ streams on that graph would be the guys donating to the female titty streamers, being like, oh my god, Pokimane, you're so beautiful. Haha. Just kidding, but really, no, you are so beautiful. Here, take $100 from me. I can speak 4 languages, but I still think I'm dumb fuck. I think I'm probably, in terms of like, I don't know, the Mensa IQ scale, I'm probably like slightly above average is my guess. Although maybe I'm higher than I think. It's pretty easy to underestimate how stupid some people are. I come from a very high IQ family and environment, so I'm kind of surrounded by like, well, not surrounded, but a lot of my parents and my friends are high IQ individuals, so I think I often forget how incredibly dumb people are capable of being. You should never underestimate how smart some people are, but you should also never underestimate how stupid some people are. Both are dangerous. It's a good thing IQ is fake. I mean, I agree with that. Isn't like most of IQ just being supported by organizations like Mensa who are like, here, take this test. We believe that you're extremely smart, and that allows you to be part of this extremely smart people club. Also that you have to pay us $100 a year or whatever. But you get to feel super special about how smart you are. IQ was invented to marginalize black people. I kind of agree with that, even though it's kind of a meme as well. Like, as someone who watches the NBA and who has tried to play basketball as well, like, I always fucking sucked at basketball because I wouldn't be able to think fast enough. Like, you have to make these really quick decisions about where to go and when to pass the ball and stuff like that. And my brain wouldn't, you know, respond fast enough to that shit, so I couldn't play basketball well. And I'm pretty sure that kind of, you know, quick analytical thinking type stuff is not, it can't be measured by whatever IQ test they're giving you, right? And LeBron is like the king of that, making those kinds of quick decisions and stuff. On the other hand, LeBron also was walking around with a copy of The Godfather for like an entire week because I guess he thought it made him look good that he had read The Godfather, and everyone on the internet was pointing out that he most definitely is not reading that book. He's just carrying it around to make him look smart. But I don't actually think that, you know, he's actually stupid. He just wants to project his intelligence. Split-second decisions on the court, not your forte. It's actually a autism spectrum or an Asperger thing, is what I've been told, is that you have relatively low, compared to your total IQ, you think much slower than people of a similar IQ. So if you have a lot of time, you can make better decisions and stuff. But if you just have to do things very quickly, like bam, 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 you can't do shit. And that's part of the reasons why I got fired from my previous job as a translator, is I just couldn't translate fast enough. I couldn't just make all these decisions about translation words one after another very quickly over a long period of time. So it's actually negatively affected my life, is not being able to think fast enough. But I would be able to do very high quality translation if I was given enough time to spend on it. But then the company found out I was taking too much time, and they're like, you have to start translating faster. And I was like, I can't. And after a while, because my speed didn't improve, I got fired. So does the Asperger prevent you from noticing bad acting? Not really. I have a lot of difficulty reading expressions in real life, but when you look at it on the screen in movies and stuff, there isn't any like empty shots, right? Like everything they show in a movie is deliberate, so it's much easier to analyze people's emotions and stuff like that. So I don't have any difficulty understanding people's facial expressions and stuff in movies. I wish life was like a movie. That would allow me to understand what women are thinking and stuff, because there would be like music and shit when she's, you know, romantically attracted to me or something. a soft filter would be used. For real. Or maybe women could actually like tell us what they think. Why the fuck do women get away with just being like, men should infer what I feel on a day-to-day basis, and every step of courtship has to be done by men. Men have to figure out if I'm interested in them or not. And if men make the wrong decision and read my expressions wrong, then they're a creepy piece of shit rapist and they need to get arrested. How the fuck is this with the system? That doesn't make any fucking sense. Because when we say what we're thinking, we're accused of being assholes. Well, that's something you just have to live with. Guys say what they're thinking and then get accused of being assholes all the time. And we're like, that's okay, I'm just being honest. Just look at Elon. You haven't met the right kind of girls? Maybe. The Japanese women are even worse though, so... Elon is just pretending to be retarded. I'm sorry, I have some news to tell you. Mr. Elon is not pretending. Does Elon even count as human? At this point, no. He's actually retarded, sadly. Gone were the days when everybody wanted to suck Elons. I remember the first time I saw Elon Musk, and I think it was on the Colbert Show, and I remember thinking, damn, this guy is like a technological visionary, because he was doing a really good job. This is probably like 2007 or something, of being like a promoter of science and being like, yes, we can reduce garbage and we can deal with global warming and stuff like that at the time. And I was like, oh, humanity has hope if we have these kind of emotional leaders in the technological sphere. We're in good hands. And boy, was I fucking wrong. Jesus Christ. I could not have been more wrong, unfortunately. "2007 was 50 years ago." Aware? It really was. Regardless of how many dumb things he's done recently, the guy's definitely smart. He's smart in some ways and very stupid in others. He's made good bets on businesses that have made him rich. He's not actually good at running a business. He took the right risks when taking the right risks paid him off, but he also got extremely lucky. That's about it. The thing is, if you win one or two big bets as a venture capitalist, just because you got lucky, that's enough to make you like the richest man in the world, the way stock markets are set up and stuff right now. You need to have some kind of intelligence to buy the biggest social media platform. I can't tell if this is a joke or not. You know that he did a massive overpay for Twitter, right? Because he was making like a 420 LOL joke. He overpaid massively for something that wasn't really making much money. And if all he wanted was just a platform that was going to allow him to meme on people, then that would have been fine. But instead, he actually seems interested in making money. And now he's like, no. advertisers have to give me money, and then all the advertisers are like, we're not going to give you money because we fucking hate you. And he's like, why? Being rich feels like a gamble, and Elon just got lucky by that logic. Elon started lucky because he was born rich to a degree. We don't know how much direct money he was given from his daddy, but his daddy was like a South African diamond miner or something like that. He went to the right schools. He came into money and was entering the marketplace during the huge dot-com bubble, and then he got really lucky on stuff like, what was it? PayPal and shit. I think he deserves full credit for stuff like Starlink. Starlink was a pretty big gamble that paid off a lot for him. And if it's so easy, then there would be other, like, satellite companies, right? So, it's not like he invented any of the technology, of course. But he did have some kind of insight in what technology would pay him off if it was successful. Cybertruck Omega lol. However, when Elon actually does get full reign of something, of his own vanity projects, he acts like a fucking petulant child retard. Hence stuff like the Cybertruck and stuff. So he is like Trump? No, Trump has consistently lost money, actually. Elon is way more successful than Trump. Trump is the kind of businessman who literally had a successful casino, and because he liked his successful casino so much, he was like, I'll build another casino right next to my successful casino in Atlantic City. And he successfully lost money in Atlantic City where every other casino is making more money. Trump is a legitimate retard when it comes to business and stuff. He's failed upward at every point of his career. Trump is living proof that the American capitalist system, as long as you start with enough money, it's almost impossible to fail your way out of money at any point. Because you can just take on more debt and eventually, like, you're gonna hit something. And even if you go into deep into debt, you never really have to pay shit back because you're so deep into debt. The banks are also, like, tied to you by the hip. It's all very silly. Trump is good at marketing, Elon is not. Yes, Trump is good at making people like him. I don't think anybody actually likes Elon except a very brief number of tech bros at this point. As much as liberals hate Trump, Trump has a ability to make people like him. At least some of the people like him. Trump is good at not showing his power level while Elon is showing his power level. Yeah, look what Trump is doing right now with abortion. Trump is like flip-flopping back left and right on abortion, just trying to win some votes. That's Trump's really big secret, is that he's willing to change himself pretty quickly for approval and stuff. Tech bros and weebs who still coom over Elon's I love anime tweet. Guys, if you want to see an example of someone who's going full poser mode, Elon's favorite anime. Elon Musk loves anime. Elon has taken to Twitter to tell us his favorite anime. Death Note, Neon Genesis Evangelion, Ghost in the Shell, Spirited Away, Princess Mononoke, Full Metal Alchemist, and Your Name. It's literally a fucking list of, like, baby's first anime that you're told to watch if you go onto, like, the anime forum as, like, a 16-year-old or something. It's just a top known list. He literally went into like the top 10 anime list in like 2018 or something, and he just took like the titles off the top of it. I'd be shocked if he's watched a single one of these things here. It says Vada. What the fuck is Vada? Vada anime? I don't know. I think that's a typo. Which anime does Elon Musk watch? If you had to leave Twitter, where would you go? Well, I'm asking people that right now because it's not a rhetorical question anymore. I'm not going to leave Twitter, but I'm going to have to start posting in other locations. Can I just go to Blue Sky? Do we know if anyone's posting on Blue Sky? I heard that you have to have a some kind of invite to get into Blue Sky. Go to Truth Social. I don't think Truth Social has a very large user base, guys. Mastodon and Discord? How the fuck am I going to post anime on or my manga on fucking Discord? I don't need to post on eHentai. If anyone wants to find me on eHentai, it's already on eHentai, okay? Blue Sky, Gumroad. But is there like a public forum for Discord? Isn't the whole point of Discord is that you're all in your own Discord server? So where the fuck do I post my manga on like the big town square version of Discord? Like, you do realize that I already have a Discord, right? Just go where Nips post their one-shots? Well, that's Twitter right now. Reddit? Manga Dex? There isn't? Yeah, that's what I thought. This is the problem. So, the town square, the current situation of the town square is Elon Musk has walked into the town square, bought the town square, and is now pulled down his pants and just taking a gigantic, massive shit in the middle of the town square. And everyone is trying to figure out what to do now because they keep on cleaning up the shit, and every time they clean it up, Elon walks back into his personally owned town square and takes another steaming pile of shit again. Threads is probably the closest thing to replacing Twitter, and it still sucks. I never open it. Great. Instagram? I don't know if you can post... Can you post like 40 pages of manga on Instagram? Make a Roblox map and make the wall textures the manga panels. You know, it's been a while since I've timed out Constrictor, but I think this is as good an opportunity as ever. Ugh. Cosplayers post a crap ton of pics. Yeah, but I don't know if it's good for manga, though. I mean, I know it's good for browsing individual thought pics. I guess I have to go onto Instagram and see if there's just a good, forgot the part where Elon lets Nazis into the square and wonders where the stores went? Yeah. He's like... It's a free speech platform, forgetting that advertisers are also exercising their free speech when they want to leave the platform. You can post up to 10 panels per post. I guess the question is, what's the audience? I'm sort of in line with the approach that I'm going to stay on Twitter and I'm going to try and figure out where the Japanese artists post their manga next, I guess. Normies are not browsing comics on Insta. Yeah. Blue Sky looks like X. Jack Dorsey is a tech bro who had literally one idea, and he sold that idea to retard Elon for $1 billion. And once he left, he went and recreated the same fucking idea again. What the fuck has happened to America, guys? We used to build shit here. Why not Pixiv? Because it's like a Japanese website, I guess. Also, there's no way to discover new people on Pixiv. It's very hard. You have to join all of them, BB, and then use a posting app to post on all of them simultaneously. Yeah. Ah. Such a pain in the ass. I use Pixiv more than Twitter now because I've subscribed to like 50 AI porn artists. So I can just have my Pixiv feed constantly filled with endless amount of titty porn. He needs a platform to turn comics to cash, not just a platform to host them. So I am, like, the number one way to host it is just host it on Patreon, right? And hope the people that go to Patreon will read the comic and also give me subs. But I have to promote myself, so I need a free platform where there's a lot of people on browsing shit. I'm definitely not gonna leave Twitter, but we're gonna have to, I guess the idea is, the simple answer is what you just said, is that I have to post on everything. I have to post on Blue Sky, I have to post on Mastodon. It was a real pain in the ass when I was drawing one picture a day or something, but considering how much time it takes for me to finish like my one manga, it's not like I'm gonna be posting all the time, so I should try and post on everything. Like 2% people post on Twitter, out of those 1% does socials. And only 0.2% use Insta. Posty burb to post everything. Ugh, this is such a pain in the ass. I guess I'm not gonna do it immediately, but I guess I have to start preparing myself for this new age of not having like one town square where I can just post my shit and ignore it. Fucking sucks. I feel like Elon is turning Twitter into his own malformed vision of what it should be. Call it doomsaying, but I call it another bored, overly rich person. I don't think there's anyone in this Twitch chat who is gonna disagree with you saying that Elon is a bored rich guy turning Twitter into a malformed vision of what he thinks it should look like. I think that's the general consensus of pretty much everybody on the planet except for like one or two tech bros who still believe in Elon. Like, how can you not feel that way is not what I would say. It's just his little toy. I mean, the guy literally bought the platform because he got tired of people dunking on him. And he thought that if he owned the fucking platform, he could control the narrative. He is not a serious human being. And for that reason, Twitter is no longer a serious platform for anyone. I swear the moment not safe for work is gonna get nuked on Twitter, people are gonna riot. No. People will have already left at that point. I feel like the way that Elon operates, not safe for work, would be like one of the things that would actually last longer, but who the fuck knows? Maybe one of his conservative friends will get into his head that porn is why the West is falling or something like that, and he'll be like, I'm gonna save Western men by banning porn so they don't goon all day, and they'll thank me in the future or something, who knows. I mean, it's Elon. He might do something extremely unpopular just because he can. I wouldn't be the least bit surprised. I think he actually bought the platform because he joked that he was going to buy Twitter and basically he was legally obliged to do so by the court. Yeah, but he had a long period in which he was musing about that shit, about buying it, before the court made him. And that was because he got tired of people dunking on him. And he was like, ho ho, I'm so rich, what if I just bought Twitter, ho ho ho. And the court's like, now you have to buy it. And he's like, oh fuck. Surely you are jesting, and the court is like, no, we're not joking, you have to buy it now. Not because he was bored or had too much money. He was reportedly super stressed out when the deal was getting closed. He had to sell a lot of his extremely high-priced Tesla stock because he was forced to buy that shit. It wasn't exactly because he wanted to, yeah. Still didn't do shit to his wealth. His wealth ain't real. It's the fucking stock market. I'm so tired of people pretending like stock market is actual money. I know it gives you dividends and stuff, but like when they're like, oh my god, this company lost $40 trillion in value in one day. It's like, yeah, it's because they lost $40 trillion because the stock market incorrectly inflated the value, and as soon as the news changes a little bit, all the fucking stock brokers are like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, sell, 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 and then it suddenly crashes. It's just a bunch of panicked horses running one way and then running another. Most are moving to Blue Sky. You don't care about most, you care about people who reblog and pay for art. Well, I can be on both Blue Sky and Twitter. It doesn't have to be one or the other. I guess I'm just gonna talk to Hystrixia and have her make a list of the places where artists are moving, because I assume she's on top of that shit enough to know. And I'll go from there. And then we use a posting app or something. They are doing them a favor by removing Twitter. They will be fine. The thing is, most of my art gets reposted anyways, so a lot of people just say they found my stuff from Damboru or some shit. People just repost my stuff. If your art isn't getting reposted on the internet, it means you're not very popular, unfortunately. People need to spread that shit around. Is Hystrixia your information network? Basically. Twitter is just a platform owned by a deranged right-winger to push a political agenda. I'm hoping that at some point Elon will just get sick of the whole song and dance and sell it. But if he does, it'll just get sold to like a soulless corporate holding company, which will definitely end up banning porn, and it will never ever regain its users and stuff. So it's just like Tumblr. Tumblr was owned by like 5 different companies trying to make it into a profitable website, and it still exists, but nobody ever came back. It's still sort of cruising along at a low altitude based on its homosexual Sherlock fandom or whatever. I care about social media rotting the mind of gullible people. If you're talking about why Brazil banned Twitter, I feel like it's very logical for them to be like, actually, you need to have an in-country representative for this website if we want you to stop, you know, posting misinformation that millions of people are going to use. We need someone that we can actually contact in the country. And Elon is like, haha, LMAO, no. And then the judge is like, okay, fuck off. I feel like that's pretty logical. China, Russia, North Korea already banned X2. Well, they might not have banned it, but they might have banned it, but they're definitely on it. One of my favorite parts of Twitter is like the insane amount of Chinese bots that you can find at any point. I especially enjoyed it when China was having the mass protests during COVID lockdowns, like year 4 of COVID lockdowns, and in order to make sure that people wouldn't be able to see the videos of protests, if you would search for the names of Chinese cities on Twitter, what would happen is you would get this this in-person spam of local prostitutes at the cities. So it'd be like all the hot call girls you can find in Wuhan and shit like that. It was pretty funny. I was there in real time checking it out because I fucking love Chinese propaganda, psyop routines and stuff. The actual reason why Brazilian government banned Twitter is because of pure unalterated censorship coming from Alexandre de Moraes. I mean, sure, that's one way of looking at it. I just think the core logic behind why Twitter would get banned is perfectly sound. I know that Brazil has its problems with its like wannabe Trump dictators and stuff. I feel like the whole world is kind of falling apart right now. So much chaos. It's actually not as much as you might think. Look at when Russia invaded Ukraine. We're like, holy shit, it's a fucking ground war in Europe. This is crazy. Are we gonna have... And one of them is a nuclear power and NATO's on the other side. Are we all gonna have a nuclear apocalypse? What's gonna happen? And now years later, it's just become a halting ground war between 2 Slavic countries and everyone's just like, yeah. And nobody is fucking worried about Russia shooting nukes or anything, despite Russia being actively getting invaded right now, because everybody has seen through the fact that Putin is a fucking cuck. And they might not even have operational nukes at all. So compared to the possibility of total nuclear devastation and the entire world just being covered in radiation, all the shit we have is really not that big a deal. We still have quite a bit of leeway for stuff to get worse. Remember, it can only get worse from here, guys. No one wants a World War III? Yeah. Nothing ever happened? Yeah. If you're complaining about nothing ever happened and you're American and in like the last month you had Trump almost getting shot to death and then Biden dropping out and now we have Harris and you're complaining about how nothing ever happens, it's like, Jesus Christ, what are you expecting? You should have grown up in the 90s where so little fucking happened. Bill Clinton asked his secretary to suck his cock and then he put a cigar in her vagina and then we had like a 3-year saga trial over this shit. This was the only thing people talked about for like my entire childhood, guys. That was the limits of what was going on in America for a period before September 11th. That was what we were all concerned about. Like, you would have front page headlines like, is Britney being too sexy, for example. Like, that was an actual thing. People are worried about the dumbest fucking shit. There's a famous Onion headline after September 11th that was like, America longs to go back to when we cared about stupid shit. And there was like an image of Britney Spears in like shark attacks and stuff. Let's see if I can find it. The Onion. America longs to going back to caring about stupid shit. Here we go. October 3rd, 2001. A shattered nation longs to care about stupid bullshit again. And we have Britney Spears with a fucking boa constrictor. Tom Cruise and... is that Tom Cruise? I can't even tell. See, I can't even remember most of these. I think this guy was a Little League pitcher. Michael Jackson's still alive. Fucking shark attacks. In the ruins of September 11th here. Tom Cruise and Tanya Cruz. Francis Scott Key Estate sends cease and desist to Trump for playing Star Spangled Banner at rally. Oh, this is new stuff. I get it. They're showing the new shit. Were this an ordinary Tuesday night, Wendy Vance would return home from a receptionist job at Springfield Chiropractor's office and spend the evening engaged in any number of empty, meaningless diversions, watching old taped episodes of Friends, we didn't have Netflix, browsing the new issue of Cosmopolitan, we still read magazines, or driving to Center Square Mall to browse for shoes. We didn't order stuff on Amazon, we had to go to the actual store. 2001, guys. Only 23 fucking years ago, when I was young. Jesus Christ. 29-year-old is unable to bring herself to turn on the TV or even half-heartedly flip through the new Pottery Barn catalog. So to explain to you guys, there was this store called Pottery Barn that sold pots. And it was in a mall. And they would send you a paper magazine in your fucking mail called the catalog, and you would look through the catalog and be like, I want this pot. Yeah. It was a different time. VH1. Britney Spears' skimpy outfit. Britney is looking pretty hot here, let's not lie. This woman with the snake, I want to have sex with her. How old do you think we are? Same age as me, I'm sure. Right? I am not old. Therefore, everybody else here must be the same age as me. I still remember the Sears catalog. You had to masturbate to something before the internet. Britney looking a bit like Shakira there. Everybody was supposed to look like Shakira because she was the gold standard of coom artists. Her hips don't lie, and neither does my boner. "37 is barely past prime." I mean, you better be preparing to die, guys. 37. You're at the halfway point, basically. You'd only have so many more years to do shit. Shakira. Shakira's still breedable, if not for the menopause. A lot of those 90s era women are still breedable. J-Lo. Halle Berry. You're a glass half full kind of guy. I'm just saying that I don't have time to be playing this Korean Destiny game here, no matter how fat the ass is. Plap, plap, plap. Paris Hilton. Paris Hilton is too skinny. J-Lo is 50-something, bro. Jennifer Lopez. Recent photos. Are you saying you wouldn't plap, plap, plap this? Menopause or not? She's clearly showing age, but, I don't know. I think this is, we're doing okay here. Jennifer Lopez. Oscars dress. Peak right here. Am I gonna get banned if I show this? I can't see her nipples. I think it's okay. I'd plap her till I can walk no more. Yes. The Versace dress, legendary. I especially like the J-Lo Oscar dress, South Park. Matt Stone and Trey Parker are my fucking heroes, guys. For those of you who don't know, they cosplayed that shit. Excellent. This was before nowadays when if a guy wore a J-Lo parody dress, we'd have to be like, oh, they're so strong and beautiful, exploring their female sexuality. No, back then it was like LMAO. Look at these fucking weirdos, haha, LMAO. Affleck and her aren't together no more. I guess you should shoot your shot. I could never betray my boy Ben. I'm sure he'll get back together with her soon, so... Alright, guess the game time, guys. Here we go, guys. Guess the game. Snow. What game has extremely detailed computer graphics snow? This looks like Unreal Engine 5 slop. Yeehaw, Last of Us, Snow equals Metro. It's not Snow, it's Come. Last of Us, did Last of Us? I mean, if it's Last of Us 2, right? What about Red Dead Redemption 2? It's 8:40, so I assume Red Dead Redemption 2 has already been guessed. Ghost of Tsushima? Did Ghost of Tsushima have this much snow? The Long Dark? Does Long Dark have good graphics like this? Yeah, Ghost of Tsushima's already guessed. They might be repeating at some point. Try Metro. What if it's Metro 3? Exodus. Let's try Exodus. No, it's not Metro. It's a fucking bench. Is that a boob I see? Do you think this this round object is a breast? Or an arm? 80%. Elbow? No, it's a breast. It's a giant breast. I'm sure it is. 80%. Relatively well-liked. Ghost Recon. It looks even more futuristic than that. The textures that look really good in this look really shitty in this. The Division? No, the Division has better graphics than this. Although 80% is right. I played a lot of the Division. It doesn't look like this. Battlefield 2142. I mean, Battlefield 2142 probably looks like this if you're on the wrong PC. Halo. Yeah, it does kind of look Halo-y. But I don't think ODST had any snow. Hitman, Borderlands shit. We can try the Division. I'm pretty sure it's not, though. Snow. But I'm not really thinking of anything immediately. So we'll no, actually I'm pretty sure we guessed the Division before, actually. Yeah, definitely not. You're hurt, come here, PC. Is this like Soviet architecture here? Could this be like some kind of stalker shit? What was the robot game? Has anyone seen this green text? Yeah, Stalker people would recognize. I think a lot of chat has played Stalker, so... Titanfall? Ah. Did Titanfall 1 have graphics like this? Titanfall 1. It's Battlefield 2142? Holy shit, if it is, that's horrible graphics. We can try Battlefield 2142. A game that everyone wants to forget. Oh god, it is. Holy shit. How did it get 80%? These are bots, right? Oh, because it's the... That's right, it's the critic score. It's not the user score. How the fuck? You have to remember for the Metacritic score that it's not the users, it's the critics. So if they're getting paid off by EA and they don't have to deal with the fucking the servers and shit, then it'll have these abnormally high scores right here. Comm Tower, Jesus Christ. Who here has actually played Battlefield 2006? Damn, it was that old? Wow. I didn't know that. I thought it was like way more recent than that. Huh. You are thinking of the remake? Which was horrible? Yeah, I only know about the remake. The original one was good. I was playing like Bad Company at the time. In 2006. I was playing Bad Company 2. I didn't even pay attention to 2142. See, that's the thing. If you have a really shitty PC, then you can get like these horrible textures and stuff. I didn't know there was an original. leave it to EA to have something that's good and be like, let's remake the thing that's good and tarnish its name so badly that all of the internet will only remember the horrible, horrible piece of shit that you put out. That's why they call me Bad Company. Boomer guitar time. I know, right, boys? Bad Company. Both Bad Company 1 and 2 were good. What the fuck is this, guys? This looks a little Nintendo-y. This looks like Switchy. Could this be an ass Creed, though? I see a, looks like Witcher 3. I'm pretty sure we've guessed Witcher 3 already. Life is Strange, Witcher 3. Breath of the Wild? No, it's not Breath of the Wild. Could be an MMO. We've had Guild Wars 2. We have 2 people saying Life is Strange. But what would this thing be in Life is Strange? It looks like a fortress or something. Alright, let's try Life is Strange, because we have 2 people saying it. I don't think we've had Life is Strange yet. No. 80%. There's a target. It's some kind of fantasy. Do you think this is Witcher 3? I'm not sure if we have guessed Witcher 3. I feel like more people would immediately recognize Witcher 3. It's Assassin's Creed Valhalla. I played Assassin's Creed Valhalla. And it does have this kind of skybox and this kind of fortresses and stuff. I'm not sure if it had this kind of arrow stuff. I don't know, man. I just feel like Assassin's Creed Valhalla looked a little better than this. But we can try it. Oh, you got it. Fucking Christ. Okay, well, this is like more of a giveaway. Fuck you, Trash Pits. How dare you recognize it before me? Oh, strong Nordic female woman with stupid side shave haircut, killing men. This game would have been so much better if the female MC was hot. They have targets littered everywhere, though. I guess I just choose to ignore the stuff I don't want to look at. What a handsome cat. Hello, friend of Freya. What's wrong? He's a cheater. No trash pit slander permitted. He does make mistakes, but I usually don't pick up on them because I'm good at that way. Next. This looks like a bridge. Cue to PewDiePie saying the word. What the fuck kind of architecture is this thing? Ring of Elysium? This looks like a shooter of some kind. Ubisoft downfall is one hell of a sight to watch it happening. I really enjoyed Ubisoft games for a brief period of time because I thought they were good for $15, and now they're not even good for $15. This looks like Atomic Heart. Crosshair. Newer Star Wars. Okay, I have to piss again. We'll try Atomic Heart and see if that's right. Got it. Good guess. Yeah. There we go. Nice shot. Your waifu? Waifu here? People ask me to do a lot of porn of the refrigerator waifu. Leave us on the robot girls, please. Here, you can masturbate while I take a piss by looking at this this refrigerator. They peaked with Prince of Persia 2 Thrones, but Far Cry 3 was sick too. I just enjoy being able to walk around this beautiful lighting scapes like The Division and shoot stuff. Is that really a waifu? Yeah, it has a female voice and it's like, my sexy body, don't you want it? And stuff like that. People ask me to draw artwork of her. Alright, next. Make your guesses while I take a piss. Okay. Spyro, Overlord, Luigi's Mansion, or Psychonauts. It's not that. We had both of those. I like the Orc Must Die. I like the Overlord. It's this cartoonish Western art style. Maybe PS3 era. Fable 4, Shut the Fuck Up, Constrictor. Although it might be Fable 3, who the fuck knows? Let's try Overlord. Orcs Must Die is also, it's not Overlord, I know. Okay, let's try Orcs Must Die, like 3 or something. Which is the more recent Orcs Must Die? Yeah, it is the right franchise. 79%. Orcs Must Die Unchained. Subtitle 2? You think it's 2 instead of 3? Because it is there any game after 3, I guess is the question. I'm gonna try 2. No. Is it Unchained? Ban Constrictor, redeem when? I will ban Constrictor when I am annoyed by him. Which is every 5 seconds. Unchained, maybe? Jesus Christ, what the fuck? Which one is it? God damn it. Fucking subtitles. It's the first one? Yeah, you're right. Usually it is the first one. I just thought that the first one was older than this. Yeah. Usually if they don't have the first one, they have the first one show up first. Look at the platform, it is 1. Xbox 360. I guess the cartoonish graphics make it look better than what it actually is. 2011. Huh, I thought it was an older game than that. I guess 2011 is still pretty old. We can't allow to have this kind of anti-orc racism. That's just wrong. Orcs deserve to live fulfilling lives in which they're allowed to invade elven fortresses and rape all the elven women. 2011 was 7 years ago. Copium. More like 4 years ago in my mind. In my mind, it's still like 2012 or 2015 or so. Orcs have families too, and if they don't have families, they're actively creating families by fucking the elves. Shitty CRPG, guys. Which shitty CRPG is this? Or possibly like Civilization 3 or something. I feel like I'm 15 despite being in my 20s and I hate it. I feel like I'm in my 20s despite being almost 40. Bard's Tale. It does look like Bard's Tale, doesn't it? Age of Empires 2. Looks like an Age of game. Not Civ. Let's try Age of Empires 2. Or 3. Age of Mythology. I like Age of Mythology. Let's try Age of Mythology. I feel like they would go to Age of Mythology before they went to 2. I think we had 1. Jesus Christ. Good job. Also, good job for me picking this out of all these people saying different things. My gamer sense was strong. 27 is Jover. Silence Constrictor. You're gonna get banned again. I said it first. Guys, we're all a team. Some of you contribute more than other people, and some of you just give me false answers and are just a huge drag on everyone's efforts, but we're still a team, okay? You are almost outside the 27 club. Keep on keeping on. That's right. If JLo can look extremely fuckable when she's in her 50s, we still have a lot of time left. Is Age of Mythology really that different from normal Ages of Empires? Giga Chad Zeus transforming into a majestic bull to come and rape women. By the gods. It has magic. Kind of. I just can't, I was never a PC gamer enough to really enjoy this stuff. I played a bunch of StarCraft on Nintendo 64, so... Zeus is kind of peak masculinity. If we had this giant white guy on the cover of our video game nowadays, the DEI office would be like, no, we can't allow that. He's too white. If Zeus rapes me, just be a dude, please. Don't be a swan or a bear. Did Zeus ever rape guys? I thought that he was all about the women. If he were gonna rape you, wouldn't he, like, magically transform you into a sexy woman first or something? He's super hetero. One of the weirdest twists of Greek and Roman mythology is he's not into fucking men. Oh, that's right, I forgot. You are one of the... I'm not looking at the names. Well, he's just gonna show up as a majestic white bull, and you being the typical female is, you're just gonna walk up to Zeus in bull form and just be too attracted to this white bull cock, and you'll just give yourself up to him so it won't be rape. Pretty common Greek female thing. I will not gape for animals. Don't worry, it's technically not bestiality. He's the thunder god. Next. The Matrix. Is this like an Atari game, or is this retro graphics? I can't tell. It's not Baba Is You, or is it Dwarf Fortress? Tetris? Was Tetris green? War Games? Original Tetris? I've never played the original Tetris. Iconic Tetris? Do it. You got it. People were playing the original Tetris. Is this on Game Boy? Electronica 60. What the fuck? I don't even know what the Electronica 60 is. Is that like a Russian game console or something? We had 2 people say Tetris. Usually if 2 people say it, it's usually correct. Holy fuck, look at that thing go. Anybody who plays Tetris with colors is a fucking poser. If you can't figure out how to play it like this, then you don't deserve to have Tetris. I think it's a calculator. In Soviet Russia, PC runs you. A lot of people say Ocarina of Time is the best game ever, but I'm also allowed... I think Tetris is also a good answer. It fucking never gets old. The version of Tetris where you're playing in this fucking green screen is just as good as whatever, like, beautiful, magical version you have today. You literally can't improve on its gameplay any more than what you have. Nothing has changed and it's still just as engaging. They literally have republished the game 10,000 times and they haven't figured out a way to improve on its gameplay as a formula since 1985. So that's really all you need to know. This game absolutely destroyed productivity in Soviet offices. LMAO. Imagine actually doing work in Soviet offices. Tetris is the chess of video. Actually, it's not, because chess went through various manipulations. When chess started off, there wasn't a queen, there wasn't castling. Tetris was like this in its original format, and it hasn't changed at all. So it was a perfect game to begin with. Chess had to be improved on. Is this like Goat Simulator? 5,600 milliliters. Is this like a cooking simulator game? PC simulator slop? Anyone? Goatsy simulator? No. We do not have a Goatsy simulator. Goat Simulator is Surgeon Simulator. There is the washing the hands thing. It just looks like a simulator game to me. Let's try Surgeon Simulator. I don't think it's Prey. We actually guessed Prey recently. Surgeon Simulator. Hystrixia says it's Surgeon Simulator. I think it's a simulator. Trashbitch says it's simulator. No. It is a simulator. So what could it be besides Surgeon Simulator that would make it yellow? Is it 2? Is it just a straight up sequel? Okay, that's bullshit. Oh no, my arm! Now I can grope this guy. Imagine instead of this guy you had a sexy woman and you got to decapitate her. That would be so hot. I'm just joking, Twitch. Unless... Heartbroken. Leona Simulator. Now that I have this sexy male patient completely unconscious, I can do whatever I want with his body. Nothing hotter than that. I can take out his brain and put it in his stomach. I just noticed that they put the brain in his stomach right there. Can you patch them up together and wake them up with their brain in their stomach? Is there like a death situation in which, like, if you put them back together correctly, they wake up, and if you don't put them back together correctly, they just die? Isn't that how intestines look? I'm pretty sure that's his brain, not his intestines. Intestines are coiled in a different way. That's kind of the point. I thought the point was to put his brain inside his body. Anything is possible without the Hippocratic Oath. Yes, it do be like that. Okay, guys. PC gamers, you've played this. What is this, Civilization 1? This is definitely a grand strategy, right? Sid Meier. Civ 1. It looks like Civ 1, right? Pirates. Civ 2, not Civ 1. Does Pirates have this shit? Looks like misshapen hexagons. Civ 2, I think. We have multiple people saying Civ 2. People have really stopped putting their names on games. Have you noticed that? The only person who's still being like, I made this game is Peter Molyneux. And he's one of the few people that really shouldn't put his game on it, because now everybody knows he's full of bullshit. Kojima Hideo isn't making Kojima Hideo's Death Stranding, you know? Why were we so excited for sticking people's names on shit? Submit. Got it. First try. Easy. Good job, guys. I'm not a PC gamer. All I remember is I was reading a 2chan thread and some guy was like, it took me 6 years to graduate from college because of Civilization 6. And I'm just like, what the fuck? How many hours did you play? American McGee, the guy who hasn't made a game in 15 years. People just want to masturbate to images of Alice. I have never heard of who American McGee was until he made a mediocre Alice in Wonderland game. People who play Civ are mentally ill. Yes, I agree with that. I got cockblocked by the Civ series so many times in my life. Was your significant other like, excuse me, but I have to go play 10,000 hours more of Civilization? Alice is not mediocre, that game is incredible, whatever. You just want to have sex with her. Dog, you come into Wukong, babes? I'm not going to play that game until it's heavily on sale. Is this guy a guy's head? Escape from Tarkov. I don't know. The graphics are kind of shitty. My ex literally locked himself in the Goon Dungeon to play Civ 5. We all have our priorities. This reads Skyrim. You have to stop guessing Skyrim, guys. It's not fucking Skyrim. This is like a military-style helmet. This helmet does not exist in Skyrim. American McGee was a level designer at id. You know what? I fucking hate Doom levels, man. I fucking hate getting lost. I like shooting shit, and I don't like getting lost. So old dude, don't like... Not dude. Old Doom, I don't like it. Crisis, that's not a helmet, that's someone's bald dome. Maybe. I think it's a helmet. Not DayZ. What about War Z? I kind of like the War Z guess. The graphics look shitty enough. I don't think we had 7 Days to Die, actually. Does War Z not exist because it's part of DayZ? Operation Flashpoint, Jay-Z. We have 2 people say 7 Days to Die, so let's try that. My dad be like that by playing the Settlers? Are you talking about Settlers of Catan? Are people who play Settlers of Catan like the most nerdiest, the peak of nerdity? I have never even touched that stuff. Oh god, they were right. Good job. 7 Days to Die it is. 45%, guys. Holy fuck, your game is shit. 45... I don't think I've ever seen 45% here. That's like one of the worst scores we've seen so far. How bad is it? What the fuck? Wasn't this game somewhat popular? 2013. Doggo. I've never seen anything as low as 45%. People must have been extremely disappointed with it. Looks like a mobile game. It was 2013 on PC. Probably shitty PCs. The game is rough, so scuffed. That's definitely the lowest score we've had for a game that I've heard of before. Every update changes meaningless shit and breaks 500 mods that made the game interesting. Typical PC gamer experience, to be honest. The fun pimps entertainment that says everything we need to know. They somehow made it look worse than New Vegas. True, it does look worse than New Vegas, I'll give you that. 2013, it's pretty rough, but it's like famous though. I've heard of it multiple times before. I guess it was one of the earlier, when like DayZ and stuff was popular. Next. This feels like survival horror-y. This feels like RE Engine. Do you think this is like RE3, Remake 3? Or Left 4 Dead? SWAT, Friday 13th, one of the remakes. The lighting feels very soft. I can't remember if there's an ambulance in RE2 opening sequence. It does also look like Heavy Rain or Jason. Let's guess Jason just for the kicks. I think we might have already had Heavy Rain, but I think we need more Jason memes. Left 4 Dead. I think Left 4 Dead might be correct, but I think we've already had it.
I hope it's not too late.
Epic gamer moment, guys. The fucking futuristic elements they had in it. Sean! I like how the Sean ends halfway through. Sean! Also, the facial animations while he yells Sean is what really makes it, right? It's not just the voice. He actually makes a Sean face while he says Sean. Sean!
Ethan! I know who the killer is, Ethan. I can prove you're innocent.
Sean!
Congratulations, Ethan. You succeeded.
Sean!
You're the father that I have been looking for all these years.
It never fails to crack me up.
Giving his own life to save his son.
Sean!
I'm afraid that's not possible. I'm going to have to kill you both. I'm sorry.
Sean!
You are not spared.
Sean! It really is Kino, isn't it? It has 1.2 million views. Still confused how he couldn't wrestle the old guy out of the gun. Because you're supposed to activate the prompts when wrestling the guy, except the only prompt that he's allowed to do is press X to Sean. So... Remember how it had all this, like, remember how the guy, the detective guy, would, like, put on his fucking VR glasses, and he's like, yes, I need to go to Mars to look through, this information. It was, like, so completely unnecessary that they had all these, like, near sci-fi elements, and yet he stuck those shit in for, like, absolutely no reason. The guy's like, yes, I need to put on my alternate reality goggles to look through the evidence of this murder case. Press X to trust, guys. Genre, adventure, QuickTime events. They're basically saying it's not a fucking game, guys. The genre is QuickTime events. Holy shit. Oh my god. Even Guess the Game is like, are we sure this is a video game? It's just press X. The chase scene was from this game, right? Yes. It is one of the great chase comedy scenes of all time. Accurate though. Press X for Sean. Oh god. If the last image is him yelling Sean or Jason, I'm gonna fucking lose it. Reject or forgive. 2010, boys. The first Strand type game, it really was. It's... They knew! They know! They have press X to Sean! 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 Oh, Sean! Oh god, look how long the fucking clip is. They really tried to put in as much press X to Sean as they could. Oh. Oh, thank you, Guess the Game. At this point, press X to Sean is probably more famous than the game. I'm so glad we were able to guess this on our first try. We did the game justice. We did David Cage and his masterpiece justice, guys. This is the one thing that I heard him laugh at all. Yeah. You guys are like, thank you. You send a letter to David Cage. My streamer was always depressed and sad. He was always complaining about how video games are awful, but there's one time when I heard him laugh, and that's when he saw YouTube clips of your game, Mr. Cage. Thank you for bringing joy into his heart. This man is crying for Sean and is traumatized, and you're laughing. He also cries for Jason as well. Jason! Okay. Back to serious mode, guys. No more press X for Jason or Sean. Now this looks like Skyrim right here, although I'm pretty sure it's not. Overlord 2. WoW? I mean, it looks like WoW, but you guys would recognize WoW, right? Fable? Did Fable have a snow zone? We have two people saying Overlord 2. Looks very Fable-y. Not... If it was WoW, everybody in chat would immediately recognize it. You all have like 7,000 hours in WoW, guys. Trust your Trust your ink sinks. If there aren't people saying WoW, it's not WoW. Let's try Overlord 2. And if not, we'll try Fable-y stuff. Overlord 2. Wait. Is that like Overlord 2? No, it's not Overlord. 89%. That sounds like a Fable. This looks very British-y. I think it is Fable 2. This looks like Barnstone or whatever it's called. Yeah, I'm going Fable 2, guys. Yep, it's Fable 2. Back when video games were lower quality but more fun, somehow. I feel like Fable 2 was like the ultimate example of how like a game could still be like super short and have a lot of shittiness in it, and yet it was still a ton of fun because they let you do the things you wanted to do, you know? Like it was all about being an awful person when you wanted to be an awful person. Like, we haven't had a game produced by like a large first party or AAA developer that's like, you're just gonna murder everybody in this town now if you want to. That type of stuff. Back when Xbone 360 was the supreme console? I know, right? I never finished Fable 3 because my Xbone died. And everyone was like, Fable 3 kind of sucks because they make you do all this money management and shit. It was the typical 1 is the beginning of the formula, 2 is where it's most fun, and 3, they've messed with the formula too much and it's not as fun anymore. Fable 3 is ass. Fable 3 was still fun even with the bugs, yeah. Many such cases where it goes like 1 is good, 2 is excellent, 3 is like a disappointment with video games. I was a greedy motherfucker in 3. You have to like buy all of this real estate. Make the rent sky high. I mean, it's just like real life, right, guys? All the shitty apartment owners are doing that because they're preparing for the future in which they need all that money. Level 1, round 1. This looks like Atari. Round 1, fight! Couldn't you borrow from yourself money? No, it's not Donald Trump Simulator. No, I can't remember. SNES slop. This like seems like Ye Are Kung Fu or something. It's not Space Invaders. We had Space Invaders already. I guessed it immediately. Dig Dig. Or Dig Dug. I thought we had Dig Dug. I'm pretty sure we had Dig Dug. Looks like Atari, not SNES. What about Missile Command? ER Kung Fu, that was a real game. I don't remember what it actually looks like. Let's try Missile Command. We had Burger Time as well. Player 1, 425, not rated. Misdirection for Indie Slop? I don't think so. I think this is an actual classic game. The colors are too obnoxious to be Indie Slop. It could be like Needhog 1 or something, but it's not rated, so it's actual stuff. Yeah. Arcade. We're gonna need something besides just the numbers here. What about like Joust? Let's try Joust. I never played Joust. No. Oh, Qbert. Easy. Wait. How do you spell it? Oh, there's a thing there. There we go. I have never played Qbert either. I just know how fuckable this orange thing is. extremely sexy. Imagine the blowjobs it gives. Suck a golf ball through 10 feet of garden hose. Suction! Alright, we have to turn on the gachi. Alright, where's my... Alright, next. We're catching up. We're at 523. We have 300 more to catch up. This looks like PS2 slop. Like The Punisher or something. Any guesses here? Tony Hawk? Oh, that's a good guess. Skate ramp? Alright, let's try, which Tony Hawk do you want to go? This looks more PS2 than PS1, don't you think? Pro Skater 2? Maybe it is PS1. Let's okay, we'll do Pro Skater 2. I just don't give a fuck about skating. Jesus. You guys must have spent a lot of time on this shit. I remember it was getting, like, perfect scores in Game Informer at the time. Oh, that's right. It's on, see, here's the PS1. I bet this is Dreamcast graphics right here. It was on PC and Dreamcast, so... This is PS1 right here, and this is the other ones are probably Dreamcast. Yeah, this is PS1 right here. I can't believe how fucking old Tony Hawk looks right now. He was in the Paris Olympics. Tony Hawk now. He looks like a fucking Giga Boomer now. He looks like he's about to die from cancer or something, because he is old. He was pretty old at the time, actually, if you think about it. Wasn't he in, like, his mid-30s or 40s when Tony Hawk was coming out already? It was surreal because there's all these, like, 12-year-old Japanese girls doing skateboarding and getting gold medals at the Paris Olympics, and then you have, like, 70-year-old Tony Hawk in the stands clapping. And I was just, like, wondering, do any of these 12-year-old kids even know who the fuck this guy is? More fuckable than most people his age. His knees and stuff must be absolutely destroyed after doing all this shit. I can't imagine something that's worse for you than skateboarding if you're talking about, like, joints and stuff. He was a late bloomer? No, these guys were just like, they were starting... It wasn't the skateboarders that got better at an older age, it's that the sport of skateboarding didn't become popular until he was old, basically. So, like, people were starting in, like, late 80s and stuff. And then they got famous during the 90s, and when it really started kicking off in the 2000s. Like, what year is Pro Skater 2? 2000? Yeah. They were already old by that. We were the late bloomers. Alright. Dark Souls. The game that I did... The Dark Souls game none of us has played. Mogul skiing is worse for your knees? Yeah, that's probably true. Mogul skiing is probably the worst thing you can do to your knees. I think you're right. This looks like, there was like a game where you play as an orc and an elf. It was something like the Forge of Souls. Exiled the Forge of Souls or something like that. Looks like Mordor. I think that game was too minor for anyone to actually remember it, though. I just remember looking at the art of it because there was an elf and an orc and being like, they probably have sex. Or maybe it was a human male. Maybe I'm misremembering it. Lord of the Rings. We can try Shadow of Mordor. I don't think we've had Shadow of Mordor yet. But I guess it could be Abe's Odyssey. Alright, let's try Abe's Odyssey. We have a lot of people saying Abe's Odyssey. I guess it's Oddworld of Abe's Odyssey. But have we had Exodus yet? Do you think we're going Odyssey first? No, it's not even Oddworld. Hammer. 89%. Is this Lord of the Rings, guys? Do you think it's Kingdom of Amalur? Guild Wars? 89%. It's pretty high. Risen. I'm waiting for Kingdoms of Amalur Reckoning to show up. I've been waiting for a long time. I'm gonna guess it here. One of the most famous shitty cancelled games of all time. No. Is this 40k? Or not 40k? Is this Warhammer? What the fuck is this? PC. Is this Warhammer Fantasy? It definitely looks like Warhammer Fantasy. Huh. Risen. No. Where does this flag show up besides like Estonia? Vermintide? Vermintide has way better graphics than this. They don't have close-ups like this, true. I thought we had Guild Wars though. I don't think it's Guild Wars. Tibia. First time chat. Vermintide is more grungy. I'll let the first time chatter make a guess here. No. MMORPG. Alright, which MMORPG is this? We had EverQuest recently. Let's try Guild Wars. 2. The graphics look too good to be 1. No. 2005. What the fuck is this?
Oh yeah, fucking coming. Do you like what you see? I'm so horny.
I thought Terra looked better than this. Oh, it is Guild Wars. It's Guild Wars 1.
That turns me on.
I'm putting in 1. Sorry, I was too distracted by Billy Cummings, so... This has made me want to play an MMORPG now. I was playing the first Descendant, and it kind of felt good being surrounded by all these people who have been grinding this game for thousands of hours. I like that feeling of being surrounded by all these losers who have no life, who have played the game way longer than me. It's a weirdly comforting feeling. I haven't played it in forever. I just remember missing dual classing. How much free time do you have, Hystrixia? Jesus Christ. I guess you don't play Call of Duty and stuff, so that gives you extra hours to play stuff like Animal Crossing and Guild Wars, but you seem to have played like a lot of extremely time-consuming games. Play Final Fantasy 14 for peak loser commiseration? Yeah, I did play a bit. No Animal Crossing slander, BB. I will slander Animal Crossing for so much. Animal Crossing pisses me off in its core mechanics. Because it's a game about collecting art assets, except the art assets are kind of half-assed and shitty. I will never get over the fact that, like, the fruit tree for the, like, peaches, apples, and, like, the third, like, oranges all look the same. Like, the whole point is you're playing Dollhouse with art assets, and yet that Nintendo can't even be fucking put in enough time to, like, give unique trees for different fruits. Stay mad, I am a millionaire on my island, Bussy Beach. I'm gonna arrest you for, manipulating the turnip market. They are all right. They are not attempting to be realistic dog shit or failing at it and becoming an artifice of the past. Look, I just don't like games without, like, a fail state, okay? I guess it does have a fail state if you don't pay back the, your overlords or whatever, but I prefer my fail states to be, like, a female knight that's fighting goblins and then she gets gang raped by them or something like that. That kind of fail state. Animal Crossing is just Facebook games before Facebook? Yeah. The fail state is Isabel telling you your island is mid. It doesn't matter if she doesn't like my island if I'm gonna sexually correct her in bed. This looks like Armored Core 6, guys. I think this is Armored Core 6. This looks like the gigantic thing that you fly up on Armored Core 6. But 526 seems incorrect. When did Armored Core 6 came out? It looks like Armored Core 6, doesn't it? The mission where there's like the giant excavation machine. It does look like I can't think what else this could be, right? Armored Core 6. I have to finish Armored Core 6. I haven't gotten my alien waifu ending yet. Easy. Everybody here is a From Software truther. Thank you, Miyazaki. Please give us with more Soul Slop and also Mecha Slop as well. Feels good, man. Raven! You guys are sharp. We all play our From Software games, unfortunately. I fucking love Megumi Han voice. I tried playing it in English, and it felt incorrect immediately, and I immediately changed it back to Japanese, of course. How many more games do they have in this list? They're on like 800 right now. It's a daily thing, so every day I don't stream, they get ahead. Honestly, I'm enjoying Armored Core 6 more than I enjoyed the Elden Ring DLC, and Elden Ring was one of my favorite games. So it says a lot about how sick and tired I am of the Soul Slop formula. Next. PS1. Vagrant Story. Final Fantasy 9? I don't think it's Final Fantasy 9. This is real time. Final Fantasy 9 would have a pre-rendered background. Death Striker, your guesses suck. Your gamer cred is showing. Too colorful for Vagrant Story? Yeah, it's not. It's not DMC4. DMC4's graphics are not this bad, dude. This is like PS1. Chaos Legion. Oh, but wait. They did have the backgrounds during the fights, though. They would have the rotating camera. It could actually be Final Fantasy 9 now that I think about it. That's not as bad a guess as I'm giving you shit for. Yeah. They do have the battle screens. I don't know. It could be Final Fantasy IX. We could try Final Fantasy IX. It's not Final Fantasy IX. I don't think it's Final Fantasy IX either. Final Fantasy IX lighting is different from this. It's considerably different. But what could it be then? I'm just a femoid eating my controllers. Give me a break. I'm sure you'll be able to guess Gay Vampire Dating Simulator 3 when it shows up. I feel like... What about Chrono Cross? Didn't Chrono Cross have a church like this? DMC1 is a possibility, but the Jaggies feel a little strong for PS2. I feel like it's more likely that it's a... It is not PS1. Alright, we can try DMC1, guys. PS2 has massive Jaggies. Maybe my rose-colored glasses are fucking with my memory. Dante. Devil... We haven't had Devil May Cry 1, I'm pretty sure, so... Why am I putting 1 on the first fucking title? No. 90% Bargain Center, China. Church? Chinese restaurant. Not a restaurant. It's modern setting. Is it Vampire the Masquerade, guys? Didn't they have like a Chinatown in Vampire the Masquerade? It's not Perfect Dark. We've had Perfect Dark already. I feel like you guys would recognize Vampire. Hitman Blood Money. I mean, that's the difficulty of Hitman. Hitman has a shit ton of locations, so... We can try Hitman Blood Money. No. I see female. PS2, Xbox, GameCube. We got the console right. This is obviously like a shooting range or something, right? Time Splitters? Oh, yeah. Let's try Time Splitters. Yeah, I think you're right. Yeah, Time Splitters. The graphics, the art. Okay, 2. I remember back when video games had hot female character models. It had that cartoonish graphics, but it had booba and stuff. It was a nice time. Time Splitters was fun. I only played 3 though, I think. Alright, this gotcha is getting obnoxious. I wish for a new Alien vs. Predator game. Yeah. Wasn't Time Splitters one of the first shooters with functioning online? Yeah, I remember jumping on it with like my PS2 and actually being able to play it or something. I remember killing people with like a weird character that had like a flare gun or something. I only played it for a few matches, but... Next. What's the time? 6:30, Jesus. Darkest Dungeon? These blacks. Oh, it's Wolf Among Us? Okay. It's like, it looks like Darkest Dungeon, but there's no like scene like this, and there's no cutscenes in Darkest Dungeon, right? So yeah. Did any of you guys actually read Fable, or did you just play the video game? I was like, I've read Fable, so I don't really need to play the game, even if it's a different storyline.
It's so fucking deep. Swallow like cum.
Oh, Telltale when it was still making games. I did Fable. I like the guy who did the covers. It's okay. Yeah, he was one of the... His website was one of the first websites I had bookmarked on the internet because I just wanted to look at his shit all the time. Fable was a book. It's a pretty good comic book, especially if you're tired of cape shit. I used to read it when it was free at Borders. Suction! Next. Wizardry? Might and Magic? I'm sure someone has seen this guy before. Definitely a PC game. Definitely a fantasy PC game. D&D game, yeah. Some kind of fantasy game. Might and Magic sounds right. I feel like someone would recognize Might and Magic. He looks like the 4chan Jewish stereotype, the offensive Jewish stereotype. Yeah. I wonder if he's a merchant. Eye of the Beholder. I think Eye of the Beholder's graphics are worse than this, though. He looks like my male family members. He's smiling. Something good must have happened. Let's try Might and Magic 2 or something. No. This looks like fucking RuneScape or something. But everyone knows RuneScape, so what would this be? Looks like every man my parents tried to set me up with. Think how rich you could be right now if you had married this guy. Probably not very rich in terms of lifestyle. He's probably very miserly. Don't ban me, Twitch. Ultima 2? Ultima? Ultima 1? Too good quality for Ultima 2? Honestly, I'd probably get along with him. I'm also very miserly myself. My mother says I'm like the cheapest person she's ever met in her life. Like, I'll go to McDonald's and I'll be like, I could order the $7 hamburger meal, but instead I'm gonna order like a $6 chicken sandwich meal instead. Let's try Ultima 3 or something. Ultima Online, Warriors of Destiny, Runes of Virtue. It's not Ultima. DOS, guys. Holy fuck. DOS, the Chad platform.
I think for myself too.
Do we have any DOS gamers? Any Amiga gamers in here, boys? This is where the real gamer cred comes into play. What could this fucking be? Is that female armor? No, this is like traditional Spartan male armor when men were more manly and we wore skirts. What could this fucking be? I have no idea. What's like a super old dungeon crawler that's famous though? I can't even think of anything, like Eye of the Beholder, but I played Eye of the Beholder because it was free, and it didn't look like this. We can try Eye of Beholder. I think it might be Eye of Beholder 2? Oh god, it is. Holy fuck. Okay. Here's a female woman right here. Meracia, my beloved. Bro, in 91 they were really like, you encounter a merchant. Weren't they? They probably just did this naturally. God, it looks like such shit. And yet it's still, oddly appealing. Borthor seems like a Chad. He literally looks like the, dungeon meshy dwarf. He looks like Senshi. He looks like he's gonna kill these things and start cooking them right now. Alright, one more and then I'm gonna log off because it's already fucking 6:40. Jesus Christ. Gachi body. Hades? What the fuck is this? I guess this is a background, not someone's body. It's not Hades. Strong blacks. It's definitely not Hades, is it? Owl Boy? We just guessed Owl Boy. Guardian Heroes. I want to drift in a Walmart parking lot to this song. Destroy your tires. I'm gonna skip. Fuck. PC, PS4, Xbox One, Switch, PS5, Xbox Series. It's on everything. Indie Slop. Isometric Perspective. Is it Sea of Stars? Okay. Alright. That's it for today. No more Tumblr core video game guessing. Have a nice night, guys. I will continue working on my manga and also try and finish it early September so I can go back to doing requests. Holy sick. It's taking forever. Fuck. See you around, guys. Good night.